Hey guys, before the video starts, I'd just like to promote my Patreon. It's one tier, $3 US. I really like JoJo, and since you clicked, I'm assuming you do too. And like all people who like JoJo, I'm sure we've all thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool if this song were a stand? Well, fear not, because that's precisely what I came here to do, friend. For some background, hi, I'm Maple. I studied animation, and my specialty is character design, but if there's one thing I love more than designing a character, it's designing a bunch of characters. So I tend to gravitate a lot toward series with big casts like Pokemon or One Piece, or indeed, JoJo. So I figured I'd flex my creative muscles and put my drawing skills to the test by making some new, completely made up stands. Not only that, but I'm going to render them as closely to Rocky's ink and watercolor style as can reasonably be expected from digital software. Anyway, I compiled 70 songs into a random wheel based on whether or not their names would work as stands. I spin 3 times, and whichever ones it lands on, I have to draw. That'll do. First things first, I decided to start off with Wolf Like Me by TV on the Radio. Wolf Like Me is a wonderful song. I've seen TV on the Radio live in concert. They're great. Anyway, for this one, I started off with an extremely messy sketch. The bad one, arguably. Nothing was proportioned correctly, and it ended up looking a lot beefier, which I ended up scrapping for the actual final look. For reference, I mostly used Anubis and Killer Queen, but I figured instead of the whole Berlin Bowie Thin White Duke vibe that Killer Queen and Yoshikage Kira had going on, I would go for more of a dominatrix look. Figured that would fit a little bit more and help it stand out a little bit among other similar sinister looking stands. That said, again, I had to kind of carve out the sketch pretty delicately. I did not much have an idea for the actual outfit until a little bit in, because I'm sort of an exploration designer. But as time went on, it became increasingly clear that I wanted Wolf Like Me to look a little bit more robotic, a little bit less like organic and fluid in the way that Star Platinum is, and a little bit more metallic, yet still keeping relative human proportion. As for its powers, I don't know. You guys leave that in the comments if you so desire. Next up, we got Starboy by The Weeknd. For this one in particular, I was really, really at a loss, because there are just so many stars in JoJo, and so many star themed designs that, like, I had no idea how to make it look actually distinctive in any meaningful way, from like Star Platinum or like Gold Experience or whatever, just like another sort of punchy boy, relatively organic humanoid stand. But I decided instead that I would keep the whole proportional thing, but make it look a little bit more alien, hence what happened with the spherical head with one eye sticking out of it. I kind of like the little star earrings I put on him. I think that's a cute little embellishment. As I kind of went through this, I feel like the sketch started out a lot better, so the final came out a lot better than Wolf Like Me. But also, within the rendering process, I started to kind of figure out a groove with how I wanted to flesh out the color scheme and, like, not, put the cart before the horse, start shading individual segments before I've gotten the whole thing blocked out. That's something I have difficulty with, but anyway, the end product, I feel, came out pretty dang good. For the final stand, we have Moonlight Shadow, another kind of generic title that I wanted to do more justice than probably is deserved. So I actually did design a stand all the way back in my freshman year of college that was that had this big crescent moon shaped head ornament. And I want to reuse that here because I think it's really cool. And it was the closest thing to an idea I had. For reference, I used a lot of Sade fashion. For Starboy, I more so looked at reference of Bowie in his Aladdin Sane days, because that's where kind of the Ziggy Stardust look comes from. For this, I decided more so I'd go with Sade, and for some reason I imagined the stand user being a girl. I just thought that fit a little bit. So, with Moonlight Shadow specifically, I wanted to make the pose just a tiny bit more dynamic and perspective-y. Not that the other ones didn't have that much character, just that, you know, with her specifically, I really dig the whole, like, knee up pose. And I wanted to practice kind of the weird, organic, wobbly shape of the leg in perspective anyway, so this was a good excuse to do that. I kind of went back and forth on how many segments I wanted each segmented piece to have, but I ended up settling on fewer rather than more, because I feel like that makes it less busy and less easy to confuse with the cross-hatching.